Hi everyone, welcome back to PAYE4U, UK, where payroll is made simple. Quick apology for the gap in uploads. Today's topic is everyone's favorite, yes, holiday pay. We all work hard, so we deserve a proper break to relax and spend time with family. So, why wait? Let's jump straight in. Holiday pay is basically the pay you get when you take time off work for your annual leave. By law, employers have to make sure workers can actually take the holiday they're entitled to. And honestly, taking breaks is a good thing. It helps with productivity and can even reduce sickness. In the UK, almost all workers are entitled to 5.6 weeks of paid holiday each year. You might also hear this called statutory leave or annual leave. This applies whether you're full-time, part-time, an agency worker, or on a 0-hours contract. The whole point of holiday pay is you shouldn't be worse off financially just because you take holiday. Okay, now let's look at how holiday pay is actually calculated. It's worked out based on how many days or hours you work and how you're normally paid. Some employers might offer extra on top of this, but that depends on your contract. Your holiday starts building up from day one, and yes, that includes your probation period, as well as time off like sick leave and parental leave. As mentioned earlier, workers are entitled to 5.6 weeks of paid holiday each year. If you want to work this out in days, just multiply the number of days you work each week by 5.6. Let's look at a few simple examples. If you work 5 days a week, you just multiply that by 5.6. So, 5 times 5.6 gives you 28 days of holiday per year. If you prefer to work it out in hours, just multiply your holiday days by your daily hours. So if you work 8 hours a day, then 28 days times 8 hours equals 224 hours a year. Easy, right? Now, one important thing to remember, statutory paid holiday is capped at 28 days. So even if you work 6 days a week, you're still only entitled to 28 days of paid holiday under the law. The same rule applies to part-time workers. Work 3 days a week. That's 16.8 days of holiday per year. And that's it. Nice and simple. Okay, now let's look at what will happen if someone starts or leaves a job part way through the year. They only get a proportion of the full holiday, not the full amount. For example, working 10 weeks in the holiday year gives about 5.38 days, usually rounded up to 5.5 days. Now for irregular hours and part-year workers. Irregular hours means the hours change each pay period. Part-year workers only work for part of the year. For example, seasonal workers, like someone working on a farm during the summer. Their holiday entitlement is based on their average pay over the last 52 paid weeks. Only weeks where they were actually paid count. If there's a week with no pay, you skip it and use the previous paid week instead. From the 1st of April 2024, a new rule called rolled-up holiday pay was introduced. This can only be used for irregular hours and part-year workers. With rolled-up holiday pay is added on top of normal pay. By law, this is 12.07% of the hours worked, and it's rounded up if needed. For example, working 30 hours earns about 3.6 hours of holiday. Employer should clearly mention the method they use in your contract. And that's how holiday entitlement works for irregular and part-year workers. Now, what about bank holidays? There's no automatic legal right to paid bank holidays in the UK. They're usually treated like normal annual leave and come out of your 5.6 weeks, or 28 days, entitlement. Employers can handle this in 2 ways. Option 1. Bank holidays are included so you get 28 days total, including bank holidays. For example, 8 bank holidays plus 20 days equals 28. Option 2. Bank holidays are on top. Some employers give 28 days plus bank holidays, but this is contractual, not required by law. Finally, let's look at how holiday pay is actually calculated. Holiday pay should reflect what you normally earn, so it's usually based on your standard rate of pay. If your pay varies, your employer must work it out using your average earnings over the last 52 paid weeks. Again, Only weeks where you were actually paid are counted or using rolled-up holiday method. And the idea behind all of this is very simple. When you take holiday, you shouldn't be financially worse off. That's the whole point of holiday pay. And yes, that's all about holiday pay in the UK. Hopefully, you now have a clearer idea of how holiday pay works so you can enjoy your time off stress-free. If this video helped, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who works in payroll or just wants to understand their payslip better. Thanks for watching PAYE for You UK, and I'll see you in the next video. Quick disclaimer. This is general information only, not financial or legal advice. Always check your contract or speak to HR for your specific situation.